Hey y'all, what is up, crypto millionaires, Cryptonairz? What is up, all? Shout out to all the ladies of crypto that are out there, those that are here and those that are coming into crypto, even as we speak. You guys, happy Thursday. Hope it was a good one for you. You guys know what time it is? Do I have to say it? It's time for another episode of Around the Clock. So let's do this. Let's look at the markets because that's what we do first and foremost. Going into seemingly another weekend with not a whole lot to celebrate if we're going by the charts. So yes, Bitcoin dipping below 50,000 today. We got some news on that. You guys know what it is. It's the same old FUD. A lot of manipulation going on. It is what it is, you guys. We had that wonderful congressional hearing with 6 top crypto leaders yesterday that I think went swimmingly positively. You have a lot of whales who are now maybe looking at this a little bit more seriously. And I think they are definitely putting pressure on the market, lowering costs so that they can get in. But it's currently sitting at $48,042, down double digits for the 7 days, 15.4%. Ethereum, of course, still in the number 2 spot, not immune to Bitcoin's drop, sitting at 4112, down 9% for the 7 days. Binance Coin still in the number 3 spot at 572. Solana at 181, down 22% for the 7 days. Cardano, no love for Cardano in terms of gains. It's $1.30, you guys, down 24.2% there. Shout out to the ADA family. XRP, you guys are at 86 cent, down 11.8% for the 7 days. Polkadot, still a juicy buy, not financial advice. $27.05, also down in the double digits at 24%. Terra Luna, barely hanging there in the green, but still up 2.4% for the 7-day average, but filling that Bitcoin pull. It's at $67.31. You guys, yeah, it's not pretty right now, but we're going to look at, y'all know what we're going to do next. We're going to look at Strong, but of course, and see what's happening. Shout out to the Strong Block crew. Strong at 456 in the 500 number 535 ranking spot, down 7.6% for the day. Again, if you've been in crypto for any amount of time, guys, these pullbacks are not unusual. This is totally the norm. It's just what crypto does. There's a lot of volatility. It is a new digital asset class. There will come a time when the volatility will come. It could be, years from now. So you have to learn how to ride the wave. When the wave is up and when the wave is down, nothing goes up and up to eternity and forever and ever. Amen. Just doesn't do that. Stock market doesn't even do that. So, what you want to learn how to do is, if you're in this for the long term, and if you're going to make the kind of wealth that we're talking about here, that generational wealth, you want to be in this for the long term. You're going to have to learn how to adapt, because it was funny because there was a very dear lady in our Discord, our lady server called Crypto Through the Tulips, that said, I'll be really glad when, it's going to be, I hope 2022 is going to be calm and smooth for crypto. And I kind of said to her, it's not going to happen. There's not really ever a time when crypto is calm and smooth. But what happens is that you adapt and you learn how to be calm, and you learn how to deal with the ups and the downs, and you have your plan in place. You're working your plan. You're taking your profits along the way, and you can sleep at night and you're not worried about it. So that's the best way to deal with this is, don't look at those numbers and then just lose your mind, because you're not going to be here for the long term if that happens. You have to learn how to set your plan in place, work your plan, take your profits along the way, never put in more than you can lose, and then just keep going. You got this. We got this. And we're here for you, fam. Shout out to the chat. I Big Dallas, Sean Webster, X-Ray. We see you there. What's up, Channing? Shout out to your wife, Leah. Hey, Florida girl. What's up? And yes, X-ray, yes, it there is an adjustment period when you first get in and you're like, oh my gosh, it's like my wife still looks at her wallet and goes, oh, I lost X amount of money today. And I'm like, just close it. Don't look. Don't look. She still does that thing. It's like, yeah, it's down today, but it'll go back up. Calm yourself. It's okay. So yeah, that's what it is, you guys. But let's look at some of the reasons why maybe a Bitcoin has gone below that $50,000. Got this article from the New York Times. You guys may have heard this word before. Evergrande. If you haven't, let's introduce you. Evergrande is a huge real estate company out of China. It's one of those, big companies that fall in and you guys may remember this phrase, too big to fail category. Well, guess what? They, have started to fall. Yes, they have. So apparently 3 days ago, they passed their deadline for paying off their debt. On Thursday, they were declared in default to the tune of some billions, guys. So we're not talking about just a little bit of money here. Let me see if I can find it. I think that's what I read. How much money it actually was. But I'm sorry, they missed an $82 million payment to bondholders that was due on Monday, but they owe lots more than that from what I have read. So again, it's a small world after all is not just a song that they play at Disney World. It's really true. You know what happens with big major companies that have U.S. debt impacts the U.S. So they owe that, in U.S. dollars, you guys. And it is really real that these things, it impacts not just their economy, but ours as well. So what you're seeing is partly this. It's not all this, of course. So there's a lot of things you see, many things that you don't, that happen, behind the scenes. And as they say, beneath the surface. But just know that that's been circulating for a while. We have said, Allie said to you guys maybe some weeks ago that there was a rumor floating around that they were in default. So now this is finally the actual verification that they are indeed in default. So yeah, you can definitely look up Evergrande, look up that article by the New York Times and read all about it in detail. It's a bit longer than what we have time to share here on this show, but that is definitely one of the things that is causing that big Bitcoin dip. Probably not going to see that 100K Bitcoin before the end of the year. Be great though, but you never know. In crypto, anything's possible. Let's look at this. We had a conversation about this. Let me ask Allie, maybe we should do another article. Did you have that OpenSea Twitter feed handy yet?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So let's get into this, you guys. We shared
How did you
here.
know what I was doing in my silence over here?
I'm psychic. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Let's talk about what's happening with OpenSea. We know about the IPO, which at least it was said that was the direction they were going. All the backlash from the community. What is happening with that currently, Al?
Well, it looks like we have a good old backpedaling happening here on the part of the new CFO from OpenSea. We saw something similar happen with Discord when they made a big announcement. The community went crazy about it, not in a good way. And then they stopped progress on what they were working on. In that case, it was NFTs and enabling Web3 services to Discord. Here on OpenSea, Bloomberg apparently, from the new CFO's mouth on Twitter, which I will quote in a moment, have said that Bloomberg, who originally broke the story, got the news wrong. Bloomberg, and
Mm.
we spoke about this earlier in the week. Bloomberg had reported that OpenSea brought on a new CFO, which they did from Lyft, um, and in preparation for a IPO. Um, there was a lot of outrage. We talked about that. I'm sure if you are an active crypto Twitter or NFT Twitter user, you saw people talking about how they weren't happy about it. They felt betrayed because the only reason that OpenSea has performed so well in all 4 quarters, well, at least the last 3 quarters of this year, is because of us. Um, so the CFO, Brian Roberts, went on Twitter December 7th around 9 p.m. and said, "There was inaccurate reporting about OpenSea's plans. Let me set the record straight. There is a big gap between thinking about what an IPO might eventually look like and actively planning one. We are not planning an IPO, and if we ever did, we would look to involve the community." So, what does that mean? I'm not really sure. Uh, we have talked before about Consensus, which is the parent company of MetaMask. Um, MetaMask is a product of Consensus. They have two divisions there. And we have talked about them possibly doing an airdrop. If I'm not mistaken, they are a publicly traded company, but they are in two divisions. So maybe OpenSea would pursue a model like that. We just don't really know. Um, yeah, I don't know, but this is the status right now. IPO seems to be called off. If it was ever going to happen, it seems to, in the very least, be postponed for now. So let's just hope that they do involve the community in some way, even if it's a small airdrop of governance token. Although I'm not really sure. That's just like with Twitter. Like, how do you run a publicly traded company and then have this offshoot where the community is getting involved? I don't know. We'll see. We're still
Just want
using
to
OpenSea for now. There really needs to be some competition, though.
Yeah, they got it coming. It's called Coinbase, and I feel like this is
Nah,
just
not Coinbase. Something else.
yeah,
Decentralized.
we need something else, but in terms of their competition, yeah, they got competition. It in terms of something decentralized for us that would be artist and community friendly and be on target and in line or aligned with Web3 and what Web3 is supposed to be about. We don't have that. You're right. I
Yeah.
just wanted to read this a couple of funny Twitters tweets or things on Twitter that people said. This guy here, Base Carbon, said, "No surprise that OpenSea is doing an IPO instead of community governance. Anyone who's had the displeasure of speaking with OpenSea community support would know that OpenSea doesn't care about community at all. They're not Web3. They're TradeFi 2.0." So I feel like this whole walkback is here because they have been getting crap from the community,
Yep.
a whole lot of pushback. So I'm with I definitely feel this is all just like cover up for yes, they were going to do an IPO. No, they weren't going to involve the community. And now this has happened, so all of a sudden it's like, well, how dare you? That is not what we were going to do. So yeah, time will tell and we will see. Maybe they will do a 180 and maybe they won't.
We shall see.
This goes to the question, you guys, how decentralized are we really? And this seems to come up, every time we get that Web3 feeling and we, start feeling like, this is a little different. We really doing this damn thing. All of a sudden, we realize how dependent we actually are on centralization. So apparently,
Oh, this was such a big
excuse
problem
me,
from
guys, because I
yesterday.
hate these freaking paywalls, but y'all know how we do. This is Amazon server. I can't get it in focus because of the stupid ad. Amazon server outage took down a decentralized crypto exchange. And that crypto decentralized, supposed decentralized crypto exchange was, basically relying on this, and it was DYDX. You guys may remember them from airdrop fame, another big airdrop that, landed some people in the, 5-figure kind of,
Except for Americans.
except for Americans who couldn't participate. Yeah, that's another
Always
story.
use always use a VPN.
We can cry later. But you know what? Yes, they were reliant on AWS, which a lot of these blockchains and crypto infrastructure, these exchanges may actually be reliant on centralized web infrastructure to run. And so when Amazon Web Service doesn't run, they don't run. So I just want to think about like how, this bears, brings to bear how decentralized are decentralized platforms. Are they really? Because this isn't the first time something like this has happened with AWS and an exchange. It won't be the
It's
last.
very rare though that it does happen,
Yeah.
and when it does, it's bad and it affects a lot of the internet. I don't think people realize how much is using AWS.
Yeah.
Even at work, we stream services. Um, and one day in particular, it was earlier this year. Um, yeah, for some reason, our phone started blowing up, like because it was at the peak of this situation that we've been going through. So it was a limited amount of people that were allowed in the building. We were heavily relying on streaming so people could participate. And I mean, at least 35 phone calls, one after another after another. So then we get on the phone with the streaming company and they're like, like it's not us. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This never ever happens. And then, yeah, it affects so many people. Huge centralized
Yeah.
exchanges or huge decentralized exchanges in this case, and even your small
Decentralized.
business mom and pop shop.
Yeah, so blockchain, as we build Web3, we got to build other solutions, so that no company has a monopoly on, so we keep the lights on, pay the gas bill, whatever, keep things running, keep things flowing without, interruption and inconvenience or people possibly losing money, all of those things that can happen. So, if you're decentralized, relying heavily on centralized web services, you might need to look at that. So I'm sure there's some money, some grants out there somewhere for somebody to build a decentralized competitor to AWS. I meant to share this last night, guys, but we all, as always, there's always like so much good stuff. We just run out of time
Yeah,
because these can't go
like
on
every
forever and
day it
ever,
happens.
every day, every time. But yeah, if you are a Vikings fan, I just wanted to share this with you. They have rolled out their first commemorative NFT for the Steelers game. Um, there's the Viking Stadium. I'm not a football fan. You guys are sports in general, other than watching, ice skating and tennis when the Venus and Serena play. Mm-mm. But if you are, the Vikings are joining the NFT space with a rollout of unique virtual tickets to commemorate the game day. So let me show you guys a picture of what the tickets look like. There they are. So that's pretty. I love the color scheme anyway. Purple and yellow. That's cute. So people who purchase tickets from an official NFL ticket partner and attend the game will receive a commemorative NFT after the game. So, yeah, go to Minnesota Vikings Twitter page and find out more about the details there. They have a little video for you to watch. But I think it's this upcoming Thursday night football game against the Steelers. Is that tonight? I don't know. I don't watch football. Sorry, y'all. But maybe you'll be able to trade with someone who did go to the game. But yeah, or if you know people that are going to the game, make sure you call them and tell them, they can get a free NFT or commemorative NFT ticket for that game. Oh, you guys, we always talk about, crypto gossip and crypto scandal. Y'all, what is going on with Sushi Swap? I didn't know that Sushi Swap was this messy. I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, it's
I'm a little
things
shocked.
really started to go south in September. I mean, it was going wrong before then, but I think September is when it really kicked off.
I very rarely use Sushi Swap. I think when I was trying to get in on the Klima Dow drop, that I was, that's probably one of the second time I've ever tried to use it. I always thought their fees were kind of, not great. But yeah, apparently the Sushi Swap CTO has resigned, citing chaos within and without the project. So not only did he resign, but then he put their business out there on Twitter. You know how your mama used to say, what happens in this house stays in this
It's
house? It wasn't like
it's
that.
it's been widely reported that no one wants to work there.
Ooh, that's not
They're all
good.
miserable. Yeah. I feel
So this
really bad for the team that's there.
Joseph DeLong was the guy who actually recently departed. Apparently, before that, there was another person who he was responsible. His name, or his
Maki.
was it my? It says Ox. Yes, Ox Maki
Zero X Machia.
was the one who was the anonymous co-founder of Sushi Swap. So apparently, DeLong got him fired, and then and then he ended up leaving, and then basically dissing the project on his way out the door. There was some kind of a leaked screenshot from Sushi Swap's closed Telegram group suggesting that DeLong initiated a poll asking the team whether they should ask Maki to leave. And of course that post has now been deleted, but yeah, he got Maki head on a stake, and then he rolled out and then dissed the project on his way out the door. Oh yeah, this was his Twitter right here, guys. You see this little puppet saying, I don't even want to be around anymore. In the interest of the sushi community, I'm resigning as CTO effective immediately. I very much enjoyed the things we built together, and I will look back positively on this moment. He didn't say positively on Sushi Swap. He said, I wish sushi the best. I'm saddened that sushi is so imperiled within and without. Oh, that was nice, Mr. DeLong. That was nice.
I mean, it's deeper than that. Apparently, everyone's miserable there. And he was working at Dapper Labs before he took that position and was making substantially less at Sushi Swap. So he was not happy with that. But then he really wanted the core devs to be supported, and that was not happening. He put up a governance vote for them to receive 2,000 sushi each, which is the equivalent of 1.2 million.
Ooh.
And I'm sorry, not each, just 2,000, the equivalent of 1.2 million. And then the core devs
Oh.
would split that.
I was
They would
like, that's
split
nice
that.
for them.
Yeah. And that was denied. And that was probably like his final straw. He's just had it there. We'll see where he goes next. I hope he's happier in his new position because life is too short to be miserable at a job.
Yeah, that's true. We'll see what happens with Sushi Swap and the project. We wish them the best. But yeah, pretty messy stuff. Here's some more Microsoft news today, you guys. Let me open the right tab here. So they have led a funding round for Palm NFT Studios. Palm NFT Studios, you guys may remember, was kind of under I want to say underpin the Nifty's matrix drop on nifties.com that we recently experienced, or you could use them as a payment. They were one of the payment methods that you could use the Palm bridge to bridge Dai over to Palm in order to pay for NFTs on the Nifty's .com website. So apparently Palm is looking good to them. They just got $27 million from Microsoft, who has led the funding round for them, which means, again, Microsoft stepping into the metaverse. The Web 2 giant adventure arm thinks the enterprise demand for tokenized art will stick around. Yes, Microsoft, we could have told you that. The funding will primarily be used to scale the company's operations with a slew of new hires. So Palm works with companies and brands to help them create NFT projects like this Matrix drop that recently happened. I totally, if you look at what happened with this drop, and a lot of things that happened on OpenSea, because they also have a very small team over there, to when you're talking about a 10,000 NFT generative project, it takes a lot of a lot of hands at the wheel to make sure that that goes smoothly. So I think that a lot of people will be using these funding rounds as we move forward in the NFT space to scale up. You're going to see that with OpenSea. You're seeing it with Palm NFT, looking at this article, and you're going to see that with a lot of maybe companies that started off just with a skeleton crew and they were doing it, but now that skeleton crew is not doing the trick anymore. And they need to evolve. So yes, I think this is good news for that team, and I'm sure that many others will follow in their
Uh,
footsteps. Yeah.
Speaking of, excuse me, the Matrix, today I received an email that we had mentioned if you participated in that drop that the Nifty had sent out an email, you'd be receiving a free NFT, basically for your troubles for having to wait in line for 24 hours. Today I received another email saying change in the Matrix, a free glitch NFT and red pill blue pill mission postponed. So we will be getting the free NFT that they promised. The snapshot was taken December 8th at 11:59 for whoever was in line or had participated previous to that point. But on December 16th was supposed to be phase 2 of this drop, where you would decide if you're going to take a red pill or a blue pill. And now that has been postponed until January the 5th. There's a whole Medium blog post about it if you want to learn more. If you have participated in this and you didn't see this in your email, I'm going to drop the link in the chat right now because we have a lot to talk about. So I will let you browse that Medium post for yourselves.
And if you purchase tickets for the Spider-Man, what is it, new movie, No Way Home, AMC also sent you an email today saying that you're entitled to your free NFT. You have until March to claim that. They will be sending out a second email on the 22nd of December, basically giving you instructions on how to claim that NFT. So if you did that, look for that email. Don't let it get lost in your junk mail. Good stuff. We love free NFTs, right? Especially when
Yeah.
they're Spider-Man and The Matrix. Heck. So we found this is like new news for Ledger. Ledger's another company scaling up, seeing the opportunity. So wallet maker Ledger has launched a crypto-linked debit card for customers in the US. And you guys know if you ever went on Ledger and tried to do anything, swap, blah, blah, if you were a United States citizen, it was nada. It wasn't happening. It was no bueno for you. So apparently they got some love now for you. They are going to give you a crypto link debit card for customers in the US and some European countries. Crypto Life card holders will be able to open, I like the name of that. I'm about the crypto life. They'll be able to open a line of credit using cryptocurrency as collateral. Remember, we were talking about how all this stuff is going to start to happen. You'll be able to do that using your crypto as a collateral without actually moving it out of your wallet. Although be careful with crypto credit and debit cards, because when you spend, it could definitely be a taxable event. Be aware of that. Make sure you consult with a professional. But yeah, I'm happy that they're making some moves for US customers now, you guys. Good stuff. Yay, Ledger. And I happen to like Ledger. I have a Nano and the other smaller one, whatever that is. And Allie found this news about Polygon. Polygon really making moves, aka Matic. Did you read this one? About the ZK rollup startup Mir protocol for 400 million. What is that? Did they
Uh,
acquire another
uh,
company?
I'm sorry, that just broke up. What did you say? What is that?
Yeah,
I
this
think my
Polygon.
connection's bad again. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Um, I'm pulling the article up on my screen. Okay, I got it. So, yeah, Polygon has acquired ZK Rollup Startup Mirror Protocol for 400 million, and it is, if you are not familiar with these rollups, they are Ethereum scaling solutions, and the deal involves 190 million Matic tokens and 100 million USDC. And don't you love when a pop up ad comes up when you're trying to go over an article? Um, so, yeah, Mir is an Ethereum scaling solution that utilizes a zero knowledge proof technology. A ZK proof is a cryptographic tool that can be used to create ZK rollups, and they enable transactions to be processed, but don't require all the transactions data to be posted on Ethereum. This helps reduce block space used in Ethereum, enabling it to scale, and also reduces gas fees. So we do like ZK rollups. We have talked about that there are a few ZK Snark in particular pending, rumored, highly suggested airdrops. So get on these and try them out. I just wanted to add that because the airdrop snapshot could be taken at any time. So connect your wallets, do a few transactions in there, and lock yourself in for an airdrop because we know some of these can be worth a lot of money. This deal was reached on November 26th, by the way, but it has just made the news today, or at least I just saw it today. So I thought that we would share that with you.
Yeah, I think what they're doing here, obviously, that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
And what they have done with Strong, Matic, and we can see the price of Matic looking good. And lots of room to grow there. Not financial advice, but definitely do your research there on Polygon Network and the Matic token. And Channing says that, how does this pronounce? Alipal?
I'm
Elipal?
sorry. Ali
It's
Pal.
pretty cool.
I don't know how you say it
Alipal.
either.
I don't know. Y'all know. It's pretty cool. It's accepting many of the airdrops, i.e., Songbird, XFi, VGB, etc. Is that a wallet, Channing?
It is. I've heard many good things about that. Oh,
Awesome.
it's like a ledger,
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
but
a
not
hardware.
ledger. It's another brand.
A hardware wallet. Okay, you
Yeah.
guys, definitely, y'all heard it. Good stuff there about
Channing always
Alipolip and the
has some
Flare
alpha
network.
every day to share with us.
We're
We
hoping
appreciate
to
you,
have
Channing.
him on the show. If we can nail that down for next Thursday so he can talk about Flare, the Songbird network, and all of that related stuff. In case you might be missing money, and we don't ever want to do that. Let's not. Here's some news about that we shared about Kickstarter. Was like one of the Web 2 things moving to Web 3. There's another one. This is going to be a thing. It's a thing, you guys. So just get ready to keep hearing about this news. This Web 2 platform, WhatsApp, you might be familiar with it, launches
AKA
cryptocurrency,
Facebook.
right? Launches a cryptocurrency payments pilot in the US with the Navi wallet. So yeah, you guys do know that Navi was the Facebook department for crypto, and trying to get that wallet and set up their DM coin. The DM coin didn't work out, but I guess the wallet did. So they're going to be using it to launch that into their WhatsApp as a cryptocurrency payment pilot. And they're going to do that in the US. So that should be interesting. I feel like I said, you're going to see a lot of these apps, WhatsApp, Kickstarter. It's just going to be like an endless stream of them all kind of trying to move over into the Web3 space because they're going to see the opportunity and the potential.
I
Many of them will
think
probably come with a Web2 attitude, so it'll be interesting to see if they make it.
for
Not
WhatsApp in
gonna make it.
particular, I feel that this is actually I do not like Facebook. I've made that very public with how I feel about it. Um, I do like Instagram. It saddens me that Facebook owns them, but as we mentioned a few minutes ago, Facebook does own WhatsApp. If you did not know that, this is actually a fantastic fit. WhatsApp is used heavily to communicate. Um, like if you have an Android and your mom in another country has an iPhone, well, you can't send text messages for free. Like it's only iPhone to iPhone that's for free. I'm not sure how that works with Android because I don't have an Android, but that's why I think there's many users that are communicating with WhatsApp. And we all
Mhm.
know that people send their families money across the world. I think this is actually a great fit. Um, And most of these payments are coming from the US to families living abroad. So I'll be really interested to see the stats on how this pilot program is going to work out. They say like a small amount of American users will get access. And I did right when we started the show, I knew we were going to be covering it. And I updated my WhatsApp just to see, like, will there be anything in there for me? But no, I did not have access yet.
Well, that's the thing about it too. Like I said, because they're Web 2 coming over to Web 3 and learning the ropes, and they don't know how this works. The benefit, other than being able, obviously, remittance payments is a big, huge thing
Yeah.
with crypto. There'll be a benefit there in terms of being able to send money across the world cheaper and faster. However, I'm not looking for them to do airdrops or anything like that, because they're
No.
not used to, having the content creator kind of community that Web 2 has, where people have governance. They tell you how they want the product to be set up. They have a say, and then they actually benefit from the product itself. So I don't expect that from any of these guys, because they're going to come here with a totally different kind of viewpoint and a way of seeing things. And that is what makes me think that they might do okay. But as soon as a true Web3 competitor comes around and offers the community benefit for using the service, then they're going to be like, bye bye, WhatsApp.
I don't think
So,
we're their target though. We're not their
yeah,
target demographic for this. Um, and I
it's in the
think that
US,
actually might do well. Yeah, but
the wallet
you're not
anyway.
sending money abroad to your mom in South America or your cousins or in Southeast Asia
Oh,
or
believe me, you
um
go, girl.
but
There's a
that's who I
whole
think
lot
like
of
they're
people
targeting.
yeah, you're right. Like the continent of Africa uses this WhatsApp heavily.
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
a
yeah.
friend from Zimbabwe. We talk on WhatsApp.
Yeah, and I
My
think that's their
wife's
target.
nephew, when he was in Italy, people who in the military, they used WhatsApp,
Yeah,
just
I
because
use
it was just
WhatsApp
a
all the time because my
easier
dad's in
thing.
Colombia, so
Yeah,
it
but I
works
still
out.
feel like the rest of the world is going to catch on, because there's another competitor, like Telcoin does something like this, for example. And when people find out that they can not only use a service but also possibly get a benefit from it and be involved in the creation of these services, I think that, it's going to take time. It's not going to happen
Yeah, yeah,
overnight.
that's what I was gonna
You
say. Yeah,
know,
we're just gonna need
yeah.
some time on that.
And
I think
thank
it
you,
should come
Danny.
with a some education too, because you just drop this into an update and many people aren't gonna know how to use it. I'm sure there's a tutorial. There has to
Yeah.
be.
Oh, you know it. There will be. They're going to make it smooth. One thing about Facebook, they do know how to be user friendly, if nothing else. Danny Carney is right. Please smash that like button. If you're here for the first time, we hope that you like us and you will subscribe and share this video. We advocate for women in crypto. We want more. We need more. We need diversity in this space in a big way. Women, people of color, all y'all welcome. This is like an equal playing field, and we're happy to have you here. If you're watching, please smash that like button. It helps us with the YouTube algorithms and all of that, so other people can discover our greatness. Oh,
Thank you,
Danny,
Danny.
thank
Thank
you
you
for the
so
super
much.
chat. Mwah. You're awesome. Danny Carney is one of those beautiful people in our Discord group, you guys. If you're interested in learning more about how to connect with us other than YouTube, you want to be in a community, a tribe of like-minded people that are about assisting and supporting each other and getting these crypto gains. Connecting the dots if you're new to what's happening in crypto, what crypto even is, what is Web.3, all of the 3.0, what is NFTs and how to get there, then our group is here to help you do that. Definitely check out our website, Cryptonairz.com. Join us on Twitter at Cryptonairz. All that stuff is scrolling right below in the banner beneath this video. And that's the end of my commercial for tonight's stream. But thank you, Danny. You're like awesomely appreciated, and thank you for the compliment as well. We do this for the culture. Like really, really though. Um, what's this next article? Christie's and an NFT auction on OpenSea. Apparently, guys, did not go so well, or not as well as they anticipated. I'll say that. This actual auction with Christie's started out as a part of Miami Art Basel. Uh, event. If those of you who may or may not know about it, a lot of NFT and crypto folk came over to Miami for a couple of 3 days and like hung out there with panels and featuring, artists and all of that great stuff. I heard the community is saying that OpenSea wasn't actually invited. They kind of invited themselves. And part of what they did was to set up this auction there with Christie's and then continue it, obviously on their online platform. And it had fair to middling, as my grandmother would say, results. Only $3.6 million. Apparently, I guess that's chump change to Christie's. To you and I, that seems like a real super success, but no, it was considered middling for Christie's. So why do you think this may or may not have, they haven't been able to pull off what they thought they were going to pull off in this instance, Al?
I have no idea. I mean, this artist is highly successful. He had a piece that sold earlier in the year for over $4 million. It had all of the right things to make it successful. Um, just not sure. We have seen a few disappointing auction type sales from these uh, legacy auction houses, Christie's and Sotheby's. They haven't performed as well as hoped recently, and the market was in a bit of a slump. It seems to be picking up right now. The NFT market I'm talking about specifically. Um, yeah, I have no idea.
I kind
Do
of
you have an
feel
opinion?
like I'm gonna say too that I feel like it kind of the whole thing with OpenSea kind of left a bad taste in people's mouths. I think that that may have had something to do with this. They weren't invited. First of all, I heard a lot of people say they weren't invited nor wanted in the space at the time. And I think that that may definitely have had something, some impact here on the sales. I also think your observation, about Sotheby's in particular, but also with Christie's, like you said, these are legacy, institutions that have done things, done business the old way, getting into a very new space and trying to suddenly become, relative and current in this space. So it's just going to
Yeah,
take some time. I think it's going to take some time and some practice. Hopefully, them hiring some people that really understand this space, or at least, even if they're consultants, to help to, help them, kind of get used to and adjust to doing business in this environment. And so I think they're kind of feeling their way along, but they'll do better in time
I
if
don't
they
know.
continue.
I have more hope for Christie's than I do for Sotheby's. I'm being completely honest. I've seen that Christie's has attempted to um to evolve themselves. Normally, and we've said this before, normally the fees for these auction houses are 20 to 30%. There's a buyer's premium. There's a lot of fees attached to um, giving a piece of art, contracting with one of these auction houses for a sale. You're basically co-signing. And they went from that 20 to 30% all the way down to 5% for this. I don't want to call it a lot because that would mean all of the
Hmm.
pieces were one sale. And here in um, this particular auction, there were multiple pieces. We're just discussing the main piece, the one that for $3 million sale. But yeah, I do see an attempt with them to try to make some adjustments. And yeah, Sotheby's has tried to, but it's gone not not so great. I'll just leave it at that. Not so great. They had some major fails recently. I don't know if I think Christie's will make it. We'll see what happens with Sotheby's. They're still going to have their core market anyway. They're trying. And as you said, it's going to be a learn as you go type of thing. But when you're dealing with this amount of money and artists that are expecting this amount of money in a sale, or
Yeah.
collectors that are expecting this amount, there's like no room for an error. Because once you sign the contract to have your piece auctioned, like that's it. And if the auction doesn't go well, that's horrible for your piece. So yeah, I mean, I still think
Yeah.
the 3.6 million is great. It's
Apparently
less than that
they didn't
previous
think it
sale
was.
earlier in the year,
It's like,
but
"This was just middling. Darling, it was just middling." But hey, whatever. On to some other news that's really kinda cool. If you're part of the Pepsi generation, tell us about this one, Allie. Gosh, come on. That's
okay,
like some of the NFTs there, and I'll just leave it like that, and then I'll try to roll up like this.
yes, okay. So as you can see, we have a collab here with Vayner NFT. That is Gary V's like NFT division of Vayner Media. Um, they are doing a collection with Pepsi that is going to be well, the white list, I should say. Tomorrow, anyone is going to be able to enter it. It is a very small collection, though. I think there's only 1,800 pieces, and you kind of just have to have your alerts set. And Pepsi is going to say, okay, like I don't know what they're going to say, but okay, now's the time. Like connect to this website, whatever, and you can sign up for the whitelist. It will be on a first come,
Ah,
first
ah,
serve basis.
correction. Let's go back. What did you just say? What list?
Oh, you got to be kidding me, right? After you did it like 30 times,
That's why I said I was gonna
no.
make a conscious
I was
effort
like, "Oh,
to
wait, did I make a
say
mistake?"
allow list, allow list. Look, I'm
Yeah.
messing with you because I've been today trying to like really school myself not to say that.
Okay, so on the allow list, Pepsi is gonna give the red light or the green light on Twitter, and, it will be first come, first served basis, and that's
I
gonna be
think
it.
it's only like what 1,800 of these. It's not a lot, you
Yes.
guys.
Yes, it is not a lot. Now, at first, I thought this was gonna be just like no big deal. But then they posted a tweet later in the day. I want to read it to you. Why is Pepsi getting into NFTs? You ask. Simple. It's because of you. We want to rock your world, and future NFT drops will let us live new experiences together. Music, entertainment, community, you name it. So buckle up. Big things are coming. So does that mean like if you hold one of these pieces, there's future utility? Like I don't know. There's a lot of
No,
unknowns here.
they're not that
Um,
smart yet. No, they're not. I
but
don't even
maybe
think.
Pepsi isn't, but Gary V is, and
Yes,
VaynerMedia,
Gary
they
V
are.
is. Yes,
So
100%.
I think that I'm going to try to get this. Um, they will be free. I'm going to try to get on this list, this wait list, allow list, whatever we want to call it here. And just fingers crossed we can all get one. I would specifically for the Pepsi account follow them and click the bell icon for alerts to make sure those are turned on. And best of luck to everyone. I mean, you could probably flip this. I'm sure you'll be able to flip this. We saw that
Man,
with the
those
Budweiser drop with
Budweiser
the Adidas
cans,
Bo apps.
they
Yeah.
were going for like 2 grand, after
Um,
I don't know what the floor is right now, like $1,800, 2 grand for the Bud cans, and they had a similar amount. Ben J, yes, is making a whole, yeah, you're right. Corporations are here, dude, and unfortunately, or fortunately, because it's a double-edged sword, we can't stop it. Mass adoption brings things with it that that we won't like, but on the other hand, we kind of want that to move crypto and NFTs to the next level. Yes, they will definitely have collectability, but I kind of feel like you. I'm kind of like more more corporations. But yes, this is just the beginning. We got Pepsi, we got Budweiser. Who will be next?
uh, it's going to be what is that kind of product placement? Is it
It's a Canada
so
Dry. My favorite soda. Where are you
Canada
guys? Are you
Dry,
owned by
any
Pepsi?
ginger ale company. Corey is looking for some sponsorship here. She will gladly put your can of soda in one of our streams.
No,
She
guys, that
said,
literally happens to be the only soda that I can actually drink without, getting ill. So it's just what it is.
you
But
did
yeah,
say
man.
who is next?
I
Pepsi,
know I did.
Budweiser. Who is
Come
next?
on,
I know
Canada
who is
Dry.
next.
Come on.
It's not Canada Dry. It is White Castle. No, I'm being serious.
What?
Like I'm
Oh
going
my God,
somewhere with
that would
this.
be awesome. I'm such a huge White
Okay,
Castle
I don't
fan.
think they're doing NFTs, but they have something up their sleeve today. Um, like later in the day, they just dropped an NFT. I'm gonna show it to you with their ENS
Oh,
domain,
let me
White
take this off.
Castle Official.eth, and then they said probably nothing. So, um,
They said
White
probably
Castle,
nothing.
yeah, they said probably
Hmm.
nothing with their NFT, with their ENS domain NFT. Um, we shall see what they announce because I have a feeling that they're going to announce something soon. So this is
Look at that, you
clearly the official White
guys.
Castle account.
Nice.
Um, there is
What? Nobody
a
bought that name on
treasure.
ENS, you guys, and sold it back to them like
Maybe
for
they
a
did. Maybe
bajillion
they did.
dollars?
Maybe they did. We don't know. There's a treasure trove of comedic replies in this under this tweet, so you might want to check it out. But yeah, we'll see who's next after this because there are more coming. That's for sure.
Yes, there is coming, you guys. This is like the trickle before the freaking dam breaks, and then everybody is going to rush in quick, fast,
Yeah.
and in a freaking hurry. Um, Also follow this account on Twitter. Shout out to Ireland Dreams. We're sharing this today. This is Julie Pacino. Her Discord is called Keepers of the Inn. Um, Last time I checked, there were under 1,000 people in there, but her Twitter and her Discord is growing. She's getting ready to launch an NFT project. This is the daughter of Al Pacino. So she's at Julie underscore Pacino there. Um, Her current collection on OpenSea looks pretty good. And, you guys know hype in this space sells NFTs. So definitely get into this Discord early. Do your research, see what you can see. If you like her style of photography, yeah, this it could be a thing. We don't know. But
Well, okay, this is
juliepacino.com.
definitely going to attract. I've looked into this. I saw your post in our Discord earlier, so I joined.
Awesome.
Um, I wasn't sure you'd talk about it today, but I did make sure that I briefly like browsed through. And what this seems to be is she's going to release a collection of still photographs. And this is going to be an actual movie. You will get votes on how the movie progresses. Um, there's going to be things like you can attend the wrap party. There's a lot of cool things there. And some of the pictures are quite are interesting. It's not going to be everyone's type of art. This is very much an art house film, or if you're not familiar with that term, an indie film, something you'd see on IFC, on TV, or yeah, like an independent movie theater, an art house. Um, Check it out though, because when I joined, there were only maybe there were less than 200 people in there. Like it is just opened.
Right.
So get in there, like Corey said, and start participating because Julie, the artist, is interacting with people. It's not like she has a whole team of mods and she's nowhere to be found. She is in there and
Right.
she is talking to people, answering questions, and it's pretty cool. Right now, it's small, so it's a very intimate experience in that server. I imagine as word gets out about this project, though, that will
Change.
change. More and more people will be coming in.
All right. That's our alpha, you guys. So we're coming to the end of our hour.
Oh
Anything
wait, I
else that
have
we
an
need to
important
let
story.
people know? Oh, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let me stop sharing this.
This isn't about any crypto project or NFTs, but it is about crypto in general. I'm going to share my screen because I do think that it is important that we let people know. This is not going to be pertaining to everyone, but there is a segment of people that I know do this. So I wanted to make sure that we mentioned it. If you have a pirated version of Windows software, you may be in some trouble.
Ooh.
Excuse me, would-be software pirates have run afoul of malware-tainted tool, excuse me, that harvests sensitive information from crypto wallets. So if you have scored a free copy of Microsoft Windows, there are activation tools that are emptying crypto wallets. According to
Wow.
security research firm Red Canary, infections of systems with the well-known CryptBot malware have been traced back to a fake KMS Pico installer, a tool used by software pirates to activate the full features of Microsoft Windows and Office products without owning a license key. Since security tools that usually block this as a potentially unwanted program. The software comes with instructions to disable antivirus and anti-malware software,
Mm.
allowing this bot to run rampant. And that's where you're going to run into some trouble. So if this pertains to you, I would be very cautious and maybe make
Go
some
ahead and
moves.
pay Microsoft, all right? It's not worth you losing your crypto. I
It's
used to do these
definitely not
things
worth
like
it.
back in the day in my younger years, get those pirated, blah blah blah. So glad obviously that was long before crypto happened, but yeah, uh thankfully I was able to get it through my school as a student, but you guys, it's not worth it trying to game the system in this instance for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess there is one other thing. We talked about that pack merge, that sale on Nifty Gateway made pack. It was the single largest sale for any living artist. And guess what? Ding ding ding, there's a bug. And this guy, I don't know. I'm assuming it's a guy, and that's probably sorry about the dog. That's probably a terrible assumption. But the artist Pac has tried to make lemonade out of these lemons, aka bugs that were found in the contract. So you can head to his Twitter page and find out. And not only has he fixed it, but if you happened to have one of these bugs, you are really lucky because you will not only get to keep that piece, but the fixed piece. And those bug NFTs are going to end up being a collector's edition
Nice.
on top of like the main piece of art anyway. So I think that that's pretty cool. I don't know how many people got in on this, but yeah, I guess sometimes it pays to get a buggy contract and a messed up piece. I am looking forward to see how this project develops. It should be pretty cool. No one really knows. Like the more pieces you acquire, the bigger it gets until there's like, is it just going to end with one person owns the entire thing? I think
Mm.
that's probably what's going to happen eventually. Not this year by any means, because you'd have to buy all the other pieces. And every time, let's say Corey, you own three and I own three, you put two of yours up for sale. Now I have five. Like mine's getting bigger. It's a few times bigger than yours. And every time I accumulate another piece, it gets bigger and bigger. And as the price goes up, people want to sell, and the whales
Girl, you
buy
you
more
already
and
know
more.
what's gonna happen. It's gonna go to Christie's or Sotheby's. They're gonna
He's already
sell the entire collection.
he's already had some auctions there. That yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Whoever this is a genius, a marketing genius at that, I would say. Not only
Yeah.
artistically, but I think marketing. I'm sure he has help when you have this level of success. You're not really working on your own. You have a whole team behind you. I think, but who knows? Maybe he is just that intelligent that he's doing it solo, but probably not.
You guys, we love you. Thank you so much for being here. Next week, Allie and I are going to be discussing tokens, like what tokens we are looking at and have
Yeah,
and all that good
we're
stuff.
gonna try
And
some new stuff.
some projects. And if there are things that you would like to see or have us discuss, then put your comment in the comments or in the chat. Beware of scammers in the comments. Yeah, we're not trying to get you to go to WhatsApp, Telegram, or any other platform to get investment advice from Mr. or Mrs. whatever. That's not us. Just want you to know. Hug somebody that you love and tell them that you love them. I hope you guys are preparing for a happy and prosperous holiday. And we're going to see you here fresh out the gate next week for another episode of Around the Clock. Don't forget to smash
Bye,
that like
guys.
button on your way out. Bye.